We're joining you here on Local 4 Plus for an update on that deadly church attack in Grand Blanc Township. 2 people were killed and 8 others hurt. The shooter is dead. Police are giving an update right now. Let's listen in.
Lieutenant Vetter said we will take a couple questions upon the conclusion of this press conference. With me here on the stage is Supervisor Scott Bennett, Fire Department Chief of Grand Blanc Township, Jamie Gent, DNR Chief Jason Haynes, FBI Acting Special Agent in Charge Ruben Coleman, and the ATF James Deere, who is the Special Agent in charge for this area in Michigan. I have a couple updates for you. There is a couple additional bodies that we've discovered in the church. So that makes our total victim count up to 4 victims. As I said before, there has already been the suspect who is deceased as well. So we have 5 deceased persons from this tragic incident. Again, our thoughts and prayers go out to the victims of this incident that could have been completely avoided. And it's very tragic, and that's not what our community is. I'm confident that we're going to overcome this, as Grand Blanc always overcomes these type of incidents. I'd also like to acknowledge the heroism of not only the first responders, but the people who were inside that church at the time. They were shielding the children who were also present within the church, moving them to safety. Just hundreds of people just practicing their faith. Just extreme courage, brave, and that's the type of community that we are. Law enforcement, again, we were on scene within 30 seconds from that original 911 call. Within 8 minutes, that suspect was neutralized in the back parking lot of the church by a DNR officer and a Grand Blanc Township officer. So where we're at right now, we're working tirelessly. We're working all night on this particular incident. I know that you guys have questions, and it's not only this community, but it's nationwide, you know, all throughout the United States. So we're working hand in hand with our federal partners. So I'd like to introduce FBI Agent Ruben Coleman to you, who he will give you an update on where he's at within the federal investigation. Sir.
Thank you, Chief. My name is Ruben Coleman, and I am the Acting Special Agent in charge of FBI Detroit Field Office, which covers the entire state of Michigan. First, I want to sincerely express our condolences to the victims of this shooting, their families, and this entire community. I would like to also thank Chief Rennie, the Grand Blanc Township Police Department, and all of our federal, state, and local law enforcement partners, other first responders, and the community members for their immediate actions in this situation. This act of violence has no place in our state or anywhere else in our country. The FBI is committed to continue finding out the facts, circumstances, and motives behind this tragedy. I can confirm at this time that the FBI is now leading the investigation and is investigating this as an act of targeted violence. FBI crisis response teams, such as our evidence response teams, SWAT, Special Agent Bomb Technicians, victim specialists, were deployed to the scene. We also have special agents who are continuing to conduct interviews and intelligence and professional staff personnel providing research and analysis. I would like to thank them for their work on this case. We ask that members of the public share any information that would assist us in this investigation, and we encourage them to please report to the FBI at 1-800-CALL-FBI or tips.fbi.gov. Any piece of information could be crucial. We ask that you keep the victims of this tragedy, their families, and the entire community in your prayers. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. The Michigan State Police continues to respond to several locations throughout the community as we receive additional bomb threats at other locations. Please continue to stay vigilant, and if you see something suspicious, say something. Call the FBI tip line or call 911 to report suspicious activity. This incident is an active investigation. Investigators are tirelessly combing through evidence under difficult circumstances and working to identify each victim as quickly and accurately as possible. The Family Assistance Center will be open from 8 a.m. till 8 p.m. Monday and Tuesday at the Genesis Conference and Banquet Center at 805 Health Park Boulevard in Grand Blanc. If you are still looking for missing family members related to this incident, you may call 248-705-7352 for assistance. The FAC is available to everyone in the community, victims, family members of victims, and community members seeking support who just want to talk. Trained counselors and victim services will be on site. We do not need volunteer counselors at this time, and we are not accepting donations of goods at this time. Please continue to monitor the Grand Blanc Township Facebook page for the latest updates. Once verified donation centers are made public, we will put those on the Facebook page. Also, the next update will be provided, update time will be provided on that Facebook page. And we'll open up to questions this time.
Chief, has the church been cleared of bodies or victims?
And if you could answer the podium, please.
So as I said, we're working around the clock now. So we're working tirelessly to find additional bodies. So to answer your question, the entire church has not been cleared because it's a total loss due to the fire. So these first responders right now, they're in recovery mode. They're trying to fight through all the debris from the fire. So no, we have not cleared the entire church just yet.
And a quick follow-up, of the victims, the 4 dead, can you say how many were shot or how many died as a result of the fire?
I could say this, 2 have been shot as a result, or have been shot, 2 of the deceased.
Do you know how many people are unaccounted for?
No, I don't know how many people are unaccounted for at this time. We do know that there are some that are unaccounted for.
Can you explain a little bit about how the fire started at the church?
I will leave that up to the ATF, Agent Deere.
The question again?
How did the fire start at the church?
For this incident, the fire started basically the suspect. All indications on this investigation are the suspect used an accelerant of some sort, we believe gasoline, and lit the church on fire.
Was it an IED that he may have used?
There are, at this point, I'm not going to comment on IEDs. I will confirm that there were some suspected explosive devices that were located. But as far as using them to initiate the blaze, I can't say that. This scene is actively being investigated by ATF. Most people don't know that ATF is the Federal Arson Police, and we have a team from across the country coming in, our national response team. It is a cadre of expert fire investigators that are coming here from across the country to investigate this scene and get to the cause or the origin and cause of this fire.
Lieutenant Letter, we saw that there was possibly a bomb threat at the Meyer on Atherton and Center yesterday. Is that connected to this? And is the home that we saw being searched over there the home of the suspect?
Yeah, that's all still part of the investigation. Sorry, that is still all part of the investigation. We're still working to determine if any of that is related.
Can we speak to the motive? We're hearing speculations that it might have anything to do with the Charlie Kirk assassination in Utah.
That's exactly what it is, a speculation, and we won't come to those types of conclusions for some time.
Do you know if there's any connection between the suspect and the church or its members? Any prior connection?
Again, part of the investigation, we're not going to speculate at this time. Right now, we are working tirelessly to recover the victims of this incident and reunite families. Please be patient as we work through that process.
Were the law enforcement officers there close to the scene? Is that how they were able to respond so quickly within just seconds?
Thankfully, yes.
You mentioned there were additional bomb threats. Are there anywhere that the community should be aware of or stay safe from?
The community should remain vigilant, and anytime they see something suspicious, they should report it immediately.
There's at least one other report that a local church was searched by the bomb squad.
We've searched multiple churches this evening for bomb threat protocol, yes.
Is that based on actual threats?
Yes.
Okay.
We received 911 calls about bomb threats or other indications that there was a bomb at a different location. Some of them were churches, and we've responded and cleared those locations.
Did those threats come after the suspect was killed at the church?
Yes.
Was there an officer at the church already?
I think that's part of the investigation. Do you have a comment on it?
Were those LDS churches where the bomb threats were, or were there other denominations?
I can't.
Can I speak to a motive?
Yeah, I can't answer that at this time. But
What else can we say about the suspect? You know, we're not going to talk about motive, yes, but what else can we say? Anything about him at all?
right now, what we'd like to do is talk about the heroism that we saw today. The people who responded in such a valiant way to protect the others, both law enforcement, fire department, EMS. Everybody did an excellent job working together to keep people as safe as they possibly could.
We stopped by Holy Family Catholic Church, and there was a heavy police presence there. Is this at all connected to one of those bomb threats that you're mentioning? Is it potentially connected to the incident today at the LDS Church?
I don't have knowledge of that exact location. Do you have anything? Okay. That's going to be all for questions. I thank you for coming and appreciate the assistance.
Can we get your name again, please, ma'am?
Sure. Yep. I'm Specialist Lieutenant Kim Vetter, Michigan State Police. Vetter.
V is in Baker or V is in Victor?
V is in Victor.
Thank
Any people just injured by fire, by burns?
We're still working on that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Still just 8 people in the hospital, sir?
The ATF agent? James Deere, D-E-I-R. D is in David, E-I-R.
Okay, any other spelling? Any other questions we're taking? No? Okay. FBI.
All right, we're going to get to our
FBI
Ty Steele. He's at that news conference that just wrapped up. That's going to be probably the last update of the day, and we learned some new information that we now know 2 more victims were found deceased, so a total of 4 deceased victims. The suspect is dead. I want to key in on the language that the FBI special agent used in charge. That's his title, special agent in charge. He used the terminology act of targeted violence. They're overheading this investigation now, and I looked up the definition of that, and that says refers to intentional planned attacks where the perpetrator chooses the victims or location in advance. So it was not a random attack. Now Ty Steele is standing by with us, and Ty, just walk us through some of your thoughts after hearing the latest update from police.
This most recent press conference, a lot more in depth. We're learning a lot more about what happened and the investigation. We know that 2 other victims are now confirmed dead in this. All we know is that 2 died by gunfire. The 2 others were found sometime after. We're not sure if they died in the fire or by some other means. We also know the other suspects, or excuse me, the other victims in this are still at the hospital. We also learned this is now an FBI investigation. They have taken over this investigation alongside MSP and the Grand Blanc Township Police. So learning a lot more about also outside bomb threats that came after this incident. So not sure if those are connected or some type of copycat incident. Those questions were not directly answered by the law enforcement officers here at this press conference, but learning a lot more about this investigation and how it is unfolding. Of course, we were just at the preliminary stages of this investigation. A lot more still to come. A motive question was asked. No official motive at this point, but I will say about 30 minutes ago, my photographer and I ran into a family friend of the suspected shooter who went by Jake, and we're learning a lot more about his past, the kind of person that he was, and also the fact that he may have been battling mental illness. We know that he was a Marine war veteran, did not fight in combat, but we're learning a lot more from family friends. We're going to have that for you on Local 4 Plus, on TV, as well as our social media outlets. So learning a lot more in this press conference, and we do expect more to come in the near future. Well, back to you.
And Ty, what struck me is that some victims are still unaccounted for, and investigators are still trying to identify some of the victims. So it's hard to imagine what these families are going through right now, waiting just for word if it's my family member that was shot and killed.
Yes, there was a number that was given. It's escaping me at the moment. There is a number that's been given that family members who are looking for potential victims can call to get updates from law enforcement. Also, the lieutenant mentioning there is a Facebook page by the Grand Blanc Township Police Department. They are going to update the community as that new information comes in. But still, even with all the new answers that we received just a few minutes ago after this press conference wrapped up, still a lot of unanswered questions as this investigation continues to unfold. But the big headline that came out of this for this press conference, 2 more victims that were not gunshot victims, but somehow related to the melee that came after, and then there could still be more possible victims out there.
I want to pass along that number to just pass along the information, I should say. That is on clickondetroit.com. You can find that number to check in with investigators, just learn more information about
Will, I've got that number right here. I've got that number right here, Will. 248-705-7352. Again, 248-705-7352. That's the number for any family members that are curious about what happened to loved ones that may still be missing. Okay, so that's what I have for you now. Any other questions or insights, Will?
Well, you spoke about the timeline in your earlier reports about how quickly that officers were able to get on the scene, and they were able to neutralize the suspect, shoot and kill the suspect. He was shot and killed 8 minutes after that 911 call.
Yes, so thank you. Earlier we were a little bit confused about the timeline. We know that law enforcement responded 30 seconds after that first call, 10:25 and some seconds. 30 seconds later, we learned that 2 law enforcement officers, 1 Department of Natural Resources officer was nearby the scene. We don't know if they were at the church or just nearby. They responded, and then yes, 8 minutes after they came to the scene, they were able to neutralize the suspect. They were able to kill him with gunfire, but not before he shot 10 people, killing 2 in that gunfire. 1 is in critical condition, 7 others in stable condition, and we know now 2 others have died. We're still not sure of their official cause of death, but they didn't die by gunfire. And we, of course, know that church was engulfed in flames. I did ask about IEDs. Was it an IED that he used to cause this fire? They were not able to confirm that, but we do know there is some talk of a potential IED investigation going on at the suspect's home. And then again, we ran into some family friends who've known the suspect for around 10 years. In fact, one of the daughters that I spoke to used to babysit the suspect's son. He has a young son, apparently, and so they were good friends with this family. They did mention that the suspect did have some bigoted viewpoints on certain groups. I asked if that included Mormons, and they said no, it was not Mormons, but it was various groups that he had bigoted opinions about, and that he was also battling some type of PTSD or mental illness, potentially from his time serving in Iraq as a Marine. So learning a lot more, but still a lot of unanswered questions, Will.
All right, appreciate it. Ty, our Nick Monticelli is at the suspected shooter's home in Burton, and the SWAT team and is there waiting to go inside and search the home. So we're likely to learn more information after they're able to go inside the home, search his belongings, search electronics to see what he was searching for on the internet. So this investigation still in the very beginning stages. For the latest information as it happens on this story, go to clickondetroit.com. We will see you back here at 11 for Local 4 News at 11 after Sunday Night Football. Thanks for being with us.